video. I am Debbie. In today's video, I am going to have my weekly WIP and chat. Normally I have my WIP and chat on Tuesdays, but I kind of reversed it this week. I will go back next week to Tuesdays. But if you're not familiar with what a WIP and chat is, that is a work in progress. I am going to be working on my diamond painting here. I'm getting very close to finishing it. And this one is Retro Santa Believe by Diamond Art Club. It was sold this year exclusively at Hobby Lobby. And I happened to just go in to look for a Christmas tree and I came out with a diamond painting. So I thought this was really cute. Wanted to go ahead and get this one done. I should get it finished in the next day or so if I have time. I may even get it finished, by the end of the day today. We'll just see, but definitely we'll get it finished before Christmas. I'm also going to be doing this for Jingle Drills, and that is hosted by Emeralds and Fairy Lights, and I am really excited to have another event for the year. I'm also going to be using a tray from Add More Zest. I already have some drills in it, and then I'm using a pen that I just picked up from Amazon. And I am using Randa's Crafty Corner. This one is gingerbread scented putty. And when I'm using this, I actually have this out because it smells so good. It smells like fresh baked gingerbread. And I don't really like to eat gingerbread. I mean, I do as long as it has some kind of icing on it, but I love the smell of gingerbread. So I am going to go ahead and get started. And if you would like, pull out something that you are working on, whether it is diamond painting or cards or any other type of craft, cross stitch even, whatever that you have, or if you just want to simply listen, that's good as well. I'm going to talk first about my life update, which is what I usually do, and then I will go into diamond painting and what all I've been doing there. And of course I have just loaded up my putty, and this is sticky. I have taken the plastic off of this. It was starting to crinkle a little bit just because I had been having my hand placed on it so much. And I went ahead and took it off because I know I'm gonna get all this section finished. More than likely it's gonna be today. If not, then I will go ahead and put some release paper on it. But hopefully my hand won't keep getting stuck, my sleeve, on the sticky. Normally I don't do that, but it was just starting to crinkle up a little bit for whatever reason. And I thought, well, I'm gonna finish this anyway, so it's no big deal. I'll just go ahead and I will get it finished. And then I thought, well, why not go ahead and use this one on my WIP and chat since I'm almost done with it. And this one, I love the sound of the pop on here on some of these because it is such a good canvas and it's just like perfect on the sticky. And then using the putty, I have been single placing some of this, not a lot, because this is definitely good for multi-placing and even practicing on multi-placing. I'm using a 7-placer. I have been practicing on a 9-placer, and I actually have a 15-placer now that I'm going to be practicing on, but I didn't want to practice today while I am recording, so I thought that wouldn't be a very good idea, so I went ahead and went with a 7-placer. So life updates, we've been really busy this week. We've had a lot of things going on, and specifically, we did go out of town. I mentioned on some of my prior videos that we were planned on a short family vacation to the Smoky Mountains, and we did go, and we spent 4 days there and had a really nice time. I did take some diamond paintings with me and worked on one small one for Christmas one my daughter and I did on the paint gems. And I thought I would do more, but we were just busy, and we weren't busy. We were just kind of laying around and, around the cabin. We rented this gorgeous cabin. And normally when we do go to the Smoky Mountains, we do rent a cabin. And we don't want to stay in a hotel when we go there, because it is such, a cabin feel, and it is really nice because you have gorgeous views and then a hot tub. So we normally rent at a place in Pigeon Forge, and they have sold several of their cabins. They only have a few left that they do rent out, but now they are requiring a week stay. And we didn't plan on want to stay there for a week. We didn't want to spend that much money on a cabin for a week because, there's only so much you can do there. We've been so many times, and we were going mainly just to relax, not to be like your typical tourist. We just wanted to relax and to rewind, go to some of our favorite stores, which we did, and just to, have some family time. So we found this place, which was really nice, and a friend of my husband's, one of his coworkers, recommended this resort area that's in another town, but it's close to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. And so we called them, and the only cabin that they had left, they only had one cabin left out of all the cabins, and there's like at least 80 cabins at this place. It's a resort, it's all rentals, and it was a 2-bedroom, and that's what we wanted. So my daughter could have her own room, of course we could have ours, and we didn't really even ask about the view. We didn't even really look on the virtual tour of this cabin because it's the only one that they had left, and we decided to go ahead and to set that one up. And when we got there, we looked at the cabin, and we looked at a lot of the other cabins just driving through. And honestly, the one that we rented, it was one of the better ones of the views. All the other views were nice too, but this one was at the top of a mountain. You were able to look down at the other cabins and some of the other homes. And at night, it was just all lit up, from the home lights. And so that was really cool. We saw, some animals at the foot of the mountain, so that was fun. But we just had such a wonderful time. The cabin could not have been any nicer. We were in the hot tub a lot, and it was really funny because my husband, it took him a while, to just get in and get situated because he said it was so hot, he had to get used to it. And me, I just got in and flopped in the hot tub, and it was like over 100 degrees, but it was just so nice until you got out. And then of course it was freezing, but we took beach towels with us. And then as soon as we got out, we went and we dried off, went back into the cabin, changed clothes. We had the fireplace going, so it was just super nice. I went to, we all did, but went to a store that is definitely one of my favorites there. So if you ever get around the Pigeon Forge area, this is open year round, and it's called the Christmas store. And it's like it's a huge store, but it could even be like several stores, but it's all open. So I think at one point it may have been like a strip mall, but they just opened the entire strip mall, and it's this one huge store. And you just work your way around. They have all kinds of Christmas things. And of course it was very busy being so close to Christmas, but I collect old world Santas, and I have for a long time. And I usually get one there whenever we go. So they all, look very similar. They're made similar. And this year I went, I was looking, and they're in different locations of the store. And so I came across Mrs. Claus. And I don't have a Mrs. Claus Old World Santa. They're all Santa. And I saw this one. She had her apron on, and it had said cookies on it. And so I thought that would be really cute for my kitchen, and it would be different. So I held on to that one and ended up buying it. And they're not cheap. They're not, cute. They're not extremely expensive, but I knew how much I was going to spend. and it was right in line with what I was going to pay for the Santa. So instead of getting Santa, I got Mrs. Claus, and so I went ahead and put that on in my kitchen now. And so I'm gonna get some use out of it, you know, for a few days. And then we found a 2022 Christmas ornament, and they will put your name on it for free. So it had 4 little hats on there, and so we got that, put my oldest daughter's name on there, and then of course we sent her a picture. And then they had this year, it was a little different. They hadn't had this before when we went, but they had Santa in a different location, and so he was in his own little area. So we went and had our family photo taken with Santa, so that was really cool. And it was on a USB, so I have not printed that out yet, but that will go in my memory planner, in my December daily actually, that I am working on. And once I get that done, I don't know when that'll be. I try to get it done by the end of January, if you know at all possible. And so I will show that on my channel. And I'd already asked my husband and my daughter if I had permission to post their photos on really on my channel and on Facebook, and they said, you know, that was fine. They both said that, you know, that was okay. My daughter's older, so you know, I'm not, if she was younger, I wouldn't do it. But you know, I'd asked her, and so I do have some family photos that I have included kind of as a collage or a montage on my Days of Christmas countdown. If you're interested in that, I will put the link up for that playlist. And I have several photos just of around where we were staying, the cabin, some photos that we took. I didn't put the Santa ones up there. I don't think my husband really wanted that one. He said any of the others were fine, but the Santa one, I don't know, he just wasn't really crazy about it. He liked the photo, but he just said, you know, any of the other ones, I really don't care. And it was so windy. I don't know what happened. My hair was an absolute wreck. And for some reason on camera, I don't know why, but my hair it's blonde. It has the highlights of, you know, brown highlights in it. And it just looks almost a platinum blonde when I have photos, and it's not. But anyway, I usually wear my hair shorter, and so it was just kind of, to me, straggly. But again, it was really windy when we were there, and it was very cold. I guess you would expect it to be cold since it was in the mountains, but my daughter wore her hat most of the time, and when I wear hats, I look like I have a helmet head. I don't know. I guess because my hair is so thin. It's always been thin. It's not because of age, but it's always been thin. And her hair is thick. Of course, she's younger, but even when I was younger, it's like my hair just looked awful when I took a hat off. And now, especially like in that type of climate, my hair is just really frizzy. So I knew if I wore a hat and I took it off, my hair would be like Einstein. It would be really, really frizzy. And we were going out to dinner, so I just didn't wear a toboggan or anything, which I probably still should have. But it was really cold. But you know, it was nice. It was very Christmassy. And then we get back home, going over one there. When we got back home, it's cold here as well. So I'm trying to embrace the cold weather, and I keep thinking and telling myself, you know, it's okay that you're cold. It's gonna, you know, get better. And just think about poor Madison, my oldest, who moved with her boyfriend to South Dakota, and they are in the negative digits. And so I think, well, you know, if she can do it, I can, because, you know, she is cold-natured. She's never been as cold-natured as me, but she's still cold-natured. And I thought, you know, if she can handle this, then I can handle it too. So I'm trying to just keep an open mind on our weather. I don't know. I'm just not one for cold. It was fun, you know, in the mountains because it's expected to be cold. I wanted it to be colder, so we did, you know, really cold, wintry things. And it felt like Christmas. So that was, you know, the plus to that. But then coming home, it's been just really cold and miserable here. We have a chance of snow on Thursday and Friday, and some bad weather. Could have some rain, and we could be up to, I think they said the high may get to 14, which is really unusual for Georgia this time of year, or in my area of Georgia. So we're trying to get, prepared for that. And I don't know, depends also, we want to go to our Christmas, our New Year's, oh my goodness, our Christmas Eve service at church, and a good friend of mine, my best friend, wants to go with us, and we, invited her. She said she'd like to go, but if the weather's bad, I don't want her driving over here because it's over an hour drive for her. And if it's bad, we're just gonna have to watch our church service online. And that is my favorite service of the entire year, because we have a candlelight service at the end. We all light our candles together. They have, a couple people that come around, and then you will light the person's that's next to you. And it's just a very special feeling to me. So my husband said, no worries. If we cannot go to church, we'll watch it online. And then I have so many candles. I love candles. So we have candles all in our house. And my husband's like, we can just each pick a candle from anywhere in the house. We can choose our own candle. And then we will just do it that way. So may not have a choice, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Try to make sure you can see where I am. I'm trying to do a lot of this white through here, but we'll see how it goes with the weather. But we had a wonderful, wonderful time. And I tried to have my videos completed before we left. And I think I did a really good job on that. The last couple of days on my videos, and I'll talk about that when I get to that part, but it's been a little different. But that was something that we did from Thursday until Sunday. We ate out a lot. We ate a lot. We went to this one restaurant that I had never been before. It was called the Local Goat. It wasn't there the last time that we went to the Pigeon Forge area. That was our first night, and it was really, really good. And I ended up, I never ever, and none of us ever do, get dessert when we go out to eat because we're just so full. But they had my absolute favorite dessert, which I can't get very often, and that's creme brulee. And my husband didn't even know what it was, and my daughter didn't either. And so I told them, I'm like, we never ever get dessert, but y'all are gonna have to get dessert because I cannot not get creme brulee. So I ended up ordering it, and I got it to go. Of course, it doesn't look as good when you're getting it to go. And so my husband said, this just doesn't look very good. And so I told him, you need a taste of this. And I told my daughter, she took a bite of it, and she's like, well, it's okay, it's good. And I'm like, well, fine, because then I can have it all to myself. And after we got back, and about an hour later or so, and we got in the hot tub, after we got out, I got me a really nice glass of wine from my favorite winery that's there. And I sat there in front of the fire, and I ate my creme brulee, and I was so full. I don't usually eat that much. And I ate a lot at dinner, and I ate all that creme brulee, and I was just stuffed. And then I got up on Thursday, and Friday, we were going to just cook breakfast there, so we could just, hang out, not have to get up early and, go and fight the crowd for breakfast or anything. And I was still full from dinner. So we had a little bit of a breakfast casserole that I made, and then kind of just hung out around the cabin. We slept in. Normally I am on Molly time, and Molly is not a kid. Molly is a dog. She is a 2-year-old collie, and we just had Molly Gotcha Day. We've had her for 2 years, and she gets up every morning. I don't know how she knows, but she is a dog that is on a time schedule. And we didn't make this time schedule for her. Oh no, she made the time schedule herself. So every morning, without fail, she gets up at 6 o'clock. She starts barking and whining and wanting to go out at 6 o'clock in the morning. Doesn't matter if it's weekday, weekend, she doesn't care. So we never get to sleep late. I'm always up at 6 with her. Every once in a while, she will be kind and let me sleep until 7. But for the most part, I'm up at 6. So I enjoyed my time at the cabin because I laid around in the mornings. I was able to just get up whenever I wanted to, and so that was nice. But you know, by Sunday, I was ready to come home, missed all of my fur babies, missed my house, and was just ready to get back to somewhat of a normal routine. But hopefully I had gotten the videos out enough for you guys, and so you had something to watch and enjoy while I was gone. And I just hit the drills here. I'm trying to keep these close enough. The way that I am situated, I just hit a drill and 3 of them went flying. So if I can get this one up. Okay, so that wasn't too bad. No major spillage, it's all good. So that was Thursday through Sunday. And then, let's see, I'll back up before then. Last Tuesday, whenever I had our last WIP and chat, I was still working and trying to get everything situated for the end of the semester, getting my grades out, and that was done. And so now I am on vacation until really the 4th of January, and I don't have to go back on campus until the week of the 9th when classes will start back. I will have to work some before then. I always do anyway, even though I'm on vacation. And it's not really, I mean, the campus is closed, so I automatically get that time off. I don't have to use my vacation days, which is super nice. That's one good thing about working for a college. The nonprofits, you don't make as much as you would if I were to go to a public university, which I've done, but I like what I'm doing. I like where I'm working, and I have 2 weeks off that I don't have to use my time for. So that's even nicer. But I have plans of getting some things done around the house. I did have a project that I work freelance for a company. It's small business, I'm woman owned, and I help her out every now and then during the year if she needs help with something. She has clients that she sets up classes for, or she will create courses for, and she creates for universities, for companies, for small businesses. And so she had a project that she had asked me if I wanted to do, and that she knew that it was going to be due in December, and she didn't know when she was going to get it. And was I interested? And she had told me this back in November. So I told her that, I was definitely interested. It was going to be something very easy, nothing I had to really work and do a lot of research on. It was basically just copying and pasting to set up a couple courses. But I did tell her, we're going to be on vacation, and so I will not have access to internet. And if I did, then I wasn't going to work. It was going to be family time. And so she said, she understood that. And then I got it right when we were leaving. So, I told her, I said, I will work on this as soon as I get back, and I can get it done, fairly quickly. And so she was okay with that. So this week I did that on Monday, and then I finished it early Tuesday morning. And then today's Tuesday. I'm recording this Tuesday afternoon, and we'll get this up on Wednesday. So that was easy. Didn't have to really do any hard work. If it was something that I would have had to really work on, then, you know, have to really think about, lots of brain power, then I probably wouldn't have. But, you know, it's nice that she thinks of me first when she needs some additional help. And I am more than glad to help her because she's very nice. So that was done. I finished it. And now I am free to do whatever I want to until I go back to work. And I'm really looking forward to the break. After a really long, hard semester, it is really nice to just unwind. Making sure you guys can see where I am. And it's nice to just unwind and then not think about it for a week or so, and then start doing final preparations for the spring semester. And that's almost done. So I really don't have that much to do, but I like to go in, make some tweaks, and I have to work on my syllabus and all that fun stuff that I always put off. I put my syllabus off until the last minute because I know that I'm gonna make changes. No matter how many times that I will teach the same course, I make changes every semester because I want it to be, you know, fresh material. I want it to be something that is going to help students and not just, you know, for busy work. That just drives me crazy. My daughter is going to school, my oldest is going to college, and she has so much busy work just so the instructor can do something easy and doesn't have to spend time grading, and gives them additional grades. And it just drives me crazy. It's like, you know, if you're going to give assignments, give an assignment that is meaningful, that is going to be, you know, real life experiences. It's going to relate to, you know, what they are studying. And a lot of times it's not. You know, a lot of times it is, but sometimes it's not. But I make sure that mine are all real world experiences. So I have to think about that, but I am not going to think about it until after New Year's. So now I can concentrate on whatever I want to and get some things done around my house. I always try to get some organization done on my time off, and I've got a plan for that. Hopefully I will be able to get started on that maybe today. I am ready for Christmas, I believe. I have a couple of presents for my youngest that I need to wrap, but I ordered a couple of things last minute. Well, it wasn't really that I ordered it last minute, but there are some books that she wanted that's coming out, and it didn't come out until I think it was yesterday. So I did pre-order those, and they will be here. I think they're supposed to be here either today or tomorrow, barring any bad weather. And so hopefully they will be in. Once they're in, then I can wrap those and everything will be done. And she knows that it was a pre-order because she's the one that told me. And so I told her that it may or may not come in time. And, you know, she's older, she's okay with that. But she loves to read, and she reads these, you know, mangas. And to me, it's just like looking at a comic book, but she absolutely loves them. And she's got a couple of other series that she likes. It's one she loves. It's called Miraculous Ladybug, and that's not really a manga, but it's just, and I thought it was more like a kid's cartoon, but a lot of adults are watching this, and she absolutely loves it. And so she has another book that's come out. So that's one that, you know, I did order for her, and that's the one that I'm hoping will come in on time. And if not, then it will come in close to after Christmas. I'm gonna have enough of these. I'm starting to run really low on colors. I'm getting a little concerned here. I know I have this color in my stash, so I'll be okay. So that's really life updates. Everybody's healthy. I spoke to my oldest yesterday. I try to talk to her every couple of days. She did call me when we were gone, and I felt kind of bad because she is really nervous driving in, like, when it's raining really hard or the wind. And she has Bluetooth that's in her car. And so we were about to be seated for dinner, and she called me and she said, "Can you talk to me for just a few minutes? I am driving, I'm in a lot of wind, and I am really nervous." And so most people that would, that would call me and want to talk and it was bad weather, I would say, "Why don't you call me back whenever you get home and we can talk?" But with her, she needed to hear a comforting voice, and she wanted to hear mine. So I just couldn't say no. And I said, "Okay, we will talk. You need to pay attention." And I know that she does. But she just needed to hear my voice because she said the wind was so bad that she had a really hard time standing up and walking to her car. And she is very small, I mean, very, very tiny. And she said that it wasn't just her, it was others that were much larger than her. They had a problem. And basically, they were just walking out together. They were all, holding hands and just trying to maintain, the wind. And so she was having to drive in that. And luckily, where she lives is just less than 10 minutes away from her job. So she was going, very slow, and it was during the day, so that was good. But it was starting to get dark there, and she wanted, to get home. And so I talked to her, and once she got home, she felt better. She was off the next day. So apparently that is something that's very common there, is just the brutal winds. And she said that snow hasn't been that bad because they are really good about plowing the road. She's on main roads only. When they were looking for an apartment, that's one thing that her and her boyfriend really looked at, was the convenience of the apartment between both of their jobs, and also that it was going to be a straight shot on driving. There wasn't going to be that many hills or anything. They could easily drive to work in snow, and so they got lucky with that. And she's not used to driving in snow, but she is doing really well on that front. She is feeling better about living in South Dakota. She was just miserable the first week, but they are going to stay there and work for at least 2 years. They want to move to North Carolina eventually, and that was a plan before they moved to South Dakota, but they said that it was going to be a little more expensive, and they wanted to really work somewhere to earn more money and then move to North Carolina later. So hopefully that's going to work out, and they will be back in the next couple of years closer to home, much, much closer to home. And I will be happy about that. Let's see, any other life updates? I do have an optometrist appointment tomorrow, which I'm not exactly looking forward to. I really like my optometrist. She is super nice. And the past few years, I haven't had to change my glasses. I'm afraid, though, that my prescription is going to be changed this time. I hope not, because my glasses are fairly expensive. I have the progressive lens, and I've had those for years, and they were really expensive when I bought them back. It's been at least, I would say, 5 years that I haven't had to change my glasses. She's changed my contacts a couple of times, and my contacts are kind of pricey too, because on my contacts, I usually get, not usually, I do, get the daily contacts, and they're the disposable ones, and so they are more than your regular contacts, and especially this brand. I've tried a couple of other brands and that were cheaper, and I just didn't like them. These are really good. I can wear them like 12 hours and not even know that they're in. It doesn't even, they don't bother me at all. So hopefully I won't have to worry about changing my contacts. Or if I change my contacts, I will be able to keep at least what I have now for one eye, because I have 2 different prescriptions. And my daughter has she has an appointment at the same time that I do, and she wears reading glasses, and that's it. It's going to be cold tomorrow. It's going to be one of the colder days, of course, colder than it is today. But we don't have to go very far. We're not going to go shopping. I am not about to go to any stores. She wanted to run to Barnes & Noble because it's close to our optometrist office, and I don't think so. So we can go after Christmas, but I don't want to go to any stores right now. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to go to any place. Our malls are not, or our main mall here is not packed anymore. It's never crowded. There's never anybody in there until Christmas, and that's when it is just overloaded. I would like to go to Bath and Body Works, but again, that will be after Christmas when the mall's not as crowded. I have been using just the same color. I'm sure you're getting tired of the ones that watch. I'm sure you're getting tired of seeing the same color here, but I'm gonna change colors, even though I have a few more to do of this one. This kit has turned out really cute. And it has been a lot of color blocking, which has been nice. Let's go with, let me see. And the one thing though that I am having a terrible time with on this kit, and here we go again. Let me see where this goes. Is that the labels are falling off, and it is just driving me crazy. I cannot keep the labels on this bottle, on the bottles. And so I tried to use some Scotch tape. I have tried to use some of my craft tape, and then the bottle doesn't want to open because I'm sealing it. So I'm having to now just keep them, make sure that I'm keeping them in order so I know where the colors are. So kitting down may be interesting. And I've heard that others that have this kit, that they're having the same problem, that something about these particular stickers from Diamond Art Club are just not staying on. I've never had this problem before. I don't know if it's because it was a kit that wasn't sold directly from their site. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, because it's still Diamond Art Club, but it's just something about this one that these just do not want to stay on the bottle. And it's just driving me crazy. If it was a larger kit, I would probably have to make my own labels at this point before I got this far. Make my own labels and then just go ahead and replace these. But because I was so close to finishing, and I did this from the very beginning, but it was only 1 or 2 colors, and I thought, 1 or 2 colors, that's okay. I can deal with 1 or 2, you know, that are starting to fall off, because the one was red and one was like, it was a real light green, so it was definitely easy to tell which was which. But now they're all coming off, and some have already completely come off that I can't put back on. So those, I don't know. Hopefully I won't have another kit like that. And I only bought one from Hobby Lobby. They had the other one that was the little dog and the wreath, and my Hobby Lobby didn't have it, and I wasn't going to try to find it It was cute, but it wasn't like a unicorn that I just absolutely had to have. And I saw this one, it was half off. Actually, it was 75% off, 60% off when Hobby Lobby was having a sale. And this was considered Christmas. So I was able to get it rather cheap. And that's why I went ahead and did it. And the fact that it was small, I wanted something small to work on because I had other ones that I was doing. So that takes us into my diamond painting. With diamond painting, I have been working on my Diana as much as possible from Diamond Painting Deutschland, the 250 color diamond painting. And I am getting close on that one. I probably have about 20% left, which to me, that is very good. If I don't finish by the end of this month, I'm okay with it. My goal was to have it finished, but then I kind of put it off on the back burner again and decided that I wanted to work on something else, but then now I just want to get it done. So I think that I'm going to spend the rest of the time, once I finish this one, I will spend the rest of the time working on that one and hopefully get the majority of it done before the end of the month, and then definitely can get that finished by January or February, because it is time. I've enjoyed it, but it is time to get it finished and to put it away and to be able to concentrate on other diamond paintings, other larger diamond paintings that I'm working on. And I won't say I'm getting tired of working on it, because I'm really not, but I've been working on it for so long that it's starting to get a little tedious, because it's the same colors, it's the same, thing. Working on mainly, her feathers right now. And I started a playlist on that one, but then I included that as part of my end of the month wrap-ups. So I can include that as well if you want to look. The other diamond painting that I've been working on all month is the Advent, and I was doing every day, and I'm still doing it, but I was doing the countdown to Christmas. I did a video, every day up until I think the 18th, and then the 19th and the 20th, or actually it was up through the 19th, and then the 20th and the 21st, I did it a little bit differently. I was doing the stories, and I think that it was really good at first. I think everyone enjoyed it that watched it, but then I think that it was starting to get a little monotonous for the channel. It just seemed that way, based on what I was noticing. And, it is a lot to have to watch that, or not to have to, but it's a lot to watch that, every day. And so some of the stories, I think, were getting to where they were older, which was fine. I enjoyed it. But I think that the last 2 days, I decided to go ahead and just do shorts, just to show you what those days looked like, or what the actual section looked like for that day. And then when I am done with this today, I'm going to flip this over and show you what this looks like. Then I'm going to also show you where I am on that up through today, or it'll be tomorrow for you guys. And I will have for Thursday, I am going to kit up a very small Christmas wreath. And on that video, I'm going to go ahead and show you tomorrow's the 22nd. And then I am going to have on Saturday, I will wrap it up. I will have the 24th and the 25th on there. And that's going to be, a short video just showing you the overall process and then what the end looks like. So I think that's going to be fun. And then on Thursday, I am going to have, I think I am going to have another unboxing. I think that's what I decided on. And it's going to be a small unboxing, but with the unboxing, I am going to go ahead and show you the day. So that will take me to the end of the Advent. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing how the Advent calendar was, is coming together. It looks really good. I'm really happy with it. I think that Add More Zest and also the company that they were working with, I think that they did a really good job on the rendering and the coloring of it. It is just really, really pretty. I am really impressed. And if they do this next year, I will definitely order another one. So I'm sure their kit will be totally different than what it is this year, which I hope that it would be. And so I'll definitely do another one. I enjoyed the process. I don't know if I will do the daily next year. If I do, it's not going to be just doing the time lapses and the stories, because really I've told all the stories that, I really want to tell that's, interesting. And there's no point in telling the same story again. I do have on my Christmas Eve, I have some traditions that I did a little bit of research on what other countries do. So that's going to be kind of fun. So that will, something to have for Christmas Eve. I think that will come out. I think I have it set up for noon on Christmas Eve. I'm still working on that video, but I think that it's getting closer to completion. This is going to be really cute. It's not something I would normally do, but I just saw it. My daughter saw it and she liked it. So I'll go ahead and do this. I'm not going to frame it or anything. I am kind of all over the place since this is, I've taken the plastic off. Normally I don't do that either. I don't know why. It was starting to feel really flimsy, and every time that my wrist hit it, it was making a crinkling noise, and it was just driving me crazy. Okay, I think that I am at a good stopping point. There's really nothing else that's going on diamond painting wise. I'm just trying to wrap up the year. I'm going to have an end of year wrap up. That will be sometime next week. And then I will have my month in review. I'm probably going to wait until the end of year wrap up. I'm going to do that after New Year's, so that's not so close together to my end of month. And I have that I'm going to work on. And then also I have some goals that I've set for next year, and I'm going to share those with you. And that will be the first of the year as well. So I have quite a bit planned. I have quite a bit planned for the channel and for next year, and hoping that you guys will follow along with me and take that journey. It will be a year that I started my channel in February, the end of February, first part of March. So I think that will be a lot of fun to do something for that. So let me flip this over so I can show you what this looks like. I'm going to pan out a little bit too so you can see all of it. Let's see, that looks better. Okay, there is Santa, and that's all I have left. I have his face to do here, and then finishing up the L and the I there. And then I have this up here to do, which is almost done. But it's turned out just really cute, I think. Very Christmassy. I wanted something that was going to be Christmassy, but it was going to be very easy to do. And I was ready for color blocking, especially after working on Diana for so much during this month. So let me get my other diamond painting. I'm just going to switch this out. I've got it right here so you can see what this is going to look like and see how pretty that this has come along. So here is, trying to get all of it in there. I can go out. So here is the Diamond Art Studio UK and Add More Zest. Here is day 20 here, and that's a little cup of coffee. It could even be hot chocolate, but it looks more like coffee to me there. And then 21 was this cute gingerbread. I really liked that one. And then also, I am going to be working on 22, which is down here. You will see that one tomorrow with my kitting up that I'm going to be doing. And then all I have left is just these three. But I love how this has come together. I love the colors. This blue is one of my favorites now. And I'm definitely going to pull this out next year and to have this somewhere, maybe on our mantle or close to our tree. And I'm going to hang it, either frame it, or I may just use some of the metal hangers. I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do it, but I really enjoy how this has come out. So I hope that you will see it tomorrow, and you will be able to see the next ones, and then see the finished results. I am really impressed with this company. So much so that I have ordered a couple of kits from them, and I will have those unboxings, not sure when, but I will have those unboxings because I want to try new companies or branch out and not keep doing the same company, which basically is Diamond Art Club. I love Diamond Art Club, but I want to do more companies next year than just do the same ones. Especially, even though I have a lot of Diamond Art Clubs, I need to work on those, and of course I will, and I definitely love Diamond Art Club, but I want to just branch out and find some more companies that I really haven't done that much with. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and until the next one, happy diamond painting, and I will see you on the next video. Take care, everybody.